So, hi everyone. We'll start immediately. So, in the last class, yesterday, we talked about basics of trademark, and more specifically, we talked about types of trademark and how the trademark can be beneficial for a business and for a trade. And at the end of the last session, we talked about filing of the trademark. So, in this session, we'll continue about filing of the trademark. So, trademark filing in India. We discussed in the last class that trademark rules 2017 are applied, and based on rules 2017, a form TM application, it means trademark application form is required to be submitted when you want to file a trademark application. Now, because you are filing an intellectual property and you are trying to get it registered somehow, you need to pay a fee. And the fee is, if you are an individual startup or a small enterprise and you are electronically filing the trademark application, then the fee is 4,500. If you are physically filing the trademark application, the fee would be 5,000. In all other cases, it means if your company is a big company, is a corporate, is not a startup, then for electronic filing, it would be 9,000, and for physical filing, it would be 10,000. Always remember that this fees is the government fee, official fee. You have to submit it to the trademark registry. So if you are working in trademark, you have to mark it up by your professional fee. Generally, the fee that a trademark agent or an attorney charges for filing a trademark is around 1,500 or 2,000 for small attorneys, and for big law firms it can be 10,000, 20,000. There is no upper cap to it. So always remember, this is the official fee that you have to submit to the government, to the trademark registry, and this fee is for one class. We yesterday discussed about the classes. So if you want to file your trademark in a single class, then this fee will be there. If you want to file in two classes, you have to multiply the government fee by two and accordingly submit it to the trademark registry. Is this clear, everyone?
Sir, this fee is only for filing, right? After there
Yes.
is objection and
Yes,
counter
yes,
statement,
yes,
everything, sir,
yes.
it
So
goes on. You know?
yes, so right now I am talking just about filing. I am specifically talking here. It is written filing. So I am not talking fee of anything else. I am specifically narrowing down only to the filing of a trademark application. Okay,
Yes, sir.
fine, fine. Now you remember, now you know, if you want to file a trademark for somebody or for yourself, you have to file the TMA form. Now, what does a TMA form look like? The TMA form looks like this. This is the basic template that is available online everywhere, even on the IP India website, the form TMA. It says application for registration of a trademark. It means this form would be necessary and mandatory if you want to register your trademark. So this application would be the first step for you to submit to the trademark registry. Okay. Now what all details we need to fill? Please listen carefully and we'll discuss. Can you read this for me, Vishi? The highlighted part which I have highlighted, or anyone else, Srishti, you can read it. Okay. Monica, can you read this for me, please?
The relevant information must be filled up in colored box against the respective head.
It means, thank you, Monica. It means all the green colored boxes or the colored boxes we need to fill in order to successfully fill and file the TMA form. We don't need to do anything to the boxes which are not colored. We will only restrict ourselves to the boxes which are colored in green, highlighted, or other colors. So the first subsection is nature of application. So nature of application can be one of the four. Either it can be a standard trademark. Standard trademark we have already covered. It can be any logo, any design, anything that is related generally to your trade would be a standard trademark. And I told you in 99.9% of the cases you will be filing a standard trademark. So here you will write standard trademark. In case you are filing a collective mark, you will write here collective mark or a certification mark. Now, what is a series mark? Series mark is a continuation of trademarks that have either a common prefix or a common suffix. What does this mean now? You all must have gone to McDonald's where you would have eaten Mac Veggie, Mac Aloo Tikki, or all the different burgers and dishes that are being offered by McDonald's. You will see a common prefix that is being used by them, that is MC, Mac Veggie, Mac Tikki, right? So all those names have a common, either a common prefix or a suffix. If a company is filing such trademark applications that have a common prefix or a suffix, that will be counted as a series mark. I will give one more example. You would have seen Uber Eats and Uber Pool in India. Uber Eats and Uber Pool are two different brand names, but they have a common prefix Uber. It means Uber Pool and Uber Eats can be considered as a series mark. And if your client is a big company who has a series of products having a common prefix or suffix, only then you will be filing your application as a series mark. Otherwise, in all the cases, you will be filing your trademark application as a standard trademark. Okay. Here it is clearly written. Please read this. Standard trademark here means an application for registration of a trademark, not being a collective or a certification mark or a series mark. It means if your trademark is not either a collective or a certification or a series mark, it will be always considered as a standard trademark. And 99.9% of the cases of the trademarks in India are standard trademarks. Okay. We will talk about TMM form in a separate class. We are focusing now on the TMA form. So you know here you will write in 99% of the cases standard trademark. Now, second part, important. How are you filing application as? Means your client or you, who are you? Are you a startup or a small enterprise? If yes, accordingly you will write here I am an individual or a startup or a small enterprise. If you are not, you will write others. Accordingly, why we are writing it? Because accordingly the fee will be written here. So, for example, if I am writing as an individual, for example, I am an individual who is trying to file a trademark. So, what fee I will write here? Srishti, what fee I will write here?
Sir, if it is e-filing, then 4,500.
Right, right. So if you write here individual, you will write 4,500. If you write others, it means you are a big corporation, then you will write 9,000 here. And right now in India, majority of the trademark applications are being filed electronically because it is very easy. There are only 4 offices in India of trademark. We will cover them also. So if somebody is living, let's say in UP or Bihar or some other remote state, then electronic filing, e-filing is the best mode, and it gives a discount of 1,000 rupees or 500 rupees as well. So accordingly, based on the fee that we discussed in the beginning of this class, you will write the fee here. Now, the third subsection, it says about the details of the applicant. who is the applicant. So name of the applicant will be written here. The name of the applicant, for example, if I am trying to trademark IPR Learning Institute, then the name can be here Prashant Singhal trading as IPR Learning Institute. Address. Address, it should have at least two things, state and country. This address should be the address of the applicant's principal place of business in India. What does this mean now? So generally, you will see that there is a headquarter of a company and there are other places where the company is running or the business is running. So here, the principal place of business, it means the headquarter of the business should be written here. So let's say if I am doing business in Delhi and in, let's say, Punjab, and if my headquarter or the registered office is in Delhi, then my address of Delhi should be written here. Principal address of business should be written here. Just below that, you will see here address for service. Address for service can be anything other address than the principal address of the business. And one more thing, unless otherwise specifically stated, the applicant address shall be the address for service of the applicant who has principal place of businesses in India. What does this mean now? Nowadays, in India, there is a common thing of virtual offices. Thousands and lakhs of businesses in India are running on virtual offices. What is a virtual office? So, for example, I want to run a business in Delhi, but I am not residing in Delhi. I am in Bihar, for example. So I will rent a place in Delhi and I will make it as applicant's principal place of business because my business will be registered there. So in this address, that particular virtual office address can be written here. And because I am running my business from Bihar, then address for service can be written here. Is this clear, everyone? Yes, no, maybe.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. The point B is also important. The address for service in India must be provided in case the applicant does not carry business in India. So this happens with big companies a lot. For example, let's say there is a company in UK who is thinking of starting business in India. Now they do not have any address for service in India, right? Because they are not doing any service right now in India. They will be starting next year, for example, right? So in those cases, what they do, either the office of CA or their lawyer can be the address of service, and they will write the address of service of the CA or the lawyer based on their contract and agreement. Accordingly, if they do not have any service in India, they can write their legal representative's address as an address of service in India. Okay, because trademarks are geographically restricted and you have to have a presence in India in order to file a trademark application. Therefore, address for service in India must be provided in case the applicant does not carry business in India. Then the additional details, mobile number, email address are written. So I will again just give you a quick recap because I might be going too fast as per you. So first you have to write the nature of application. It would be mostly the standard application. In case it is a collective certification or series, you will accordingly write it here. Then you will identify yourself either as a startup, small enterprise, individual. If you are, then you will write 4500. If you are not, you will write others and you will write 9000. Then your details will be written here: name, business name, address, principal address, and address for service. Now comes one more important thing. What is the nature of the applicant? So, for example, a client comes to you who is running a company and they ask you, for example, they ask Vishy that I need to file a trademark for my business name. So the first question that Vishy will ask, are you an individual, startup, or a small enterprise? then accordingly they will provide you the evidence that either they are a startup or a small enterprise, and if not, they would be falling in category of others. Then to specify this, to narrow down this, we have to include one of these 10 categories which under which my applicant is falling. So PMA form gives you 10 different categories or nature, out of which you have to choose one for your client before filing the trademark application. So here it is clearly written. The applicant must choose either of the following categories. It means you have to choose only one, you cannot choose more than one. If you are an individual, you will simply select individual. Now, if a company comes to you, you will ask the question, are you a private limited company, or are you a LLP company, or are you an HUF company, or are you a public company? These sort of questions you need to ask. So they will tell you that yes, we are a partnership firm. So you will ask, if you are a partnership firm, please provide me the documents, the partnership deed, and the registration form of your company. When you are able to view and receive those documents, accordingly you will write partnership firm here. For example, your client is private limited company, then you will write here private limited company, and accordingly you will include the documents, the incorporation documents of your client along with this TMA form. Please remember, whatever the nature of applicant you are selecting here, you should always include the documents verifying that nature of applicant, so that there is no rejection after filing of the trademark application form. So for example, let's say we have a company limited liability partnership LLP firm, right? And your client is saying that we are an LLP firm. So you will straightforward ask them, please provide me the LLP incorporation deed, GST number in which LLP is written, so that I can be assured that your nature of applicant is LLP, and accordingly I will write here society, trust, government department, statutory organization, association of persons, Hindu undivided family. So whenever a company is incorporated in any of these 10 categories, they would surely have documents to prove that, and you will always ask those documents and attach those documents with this TMA form. Is this clear, Srishti?
Yes, sir. Sir, I had a question. What all companies will be considered as startup? I mean, what is the criteria for startup companies?
Okay,
How many
so
years?
so whenever a company is identified as a startup or a small enterprise, here it is written, please see this. Requisite certificate should be provided. Whenever a company is identified as a startup or a small enterprise, it registers itself in the government panel DPIIT, where they give their forms and everything, and after verification the Indian government gives them a certificate of being a startup or a small enterprise. So if your client is a startup or a small enterprise, they will either give you a MSME certificate or a startup certificate, and that certificate you will attach with this TMA form. Okay, Srishti?
Sir, isn't there any age-old criteria like
Yeah.
after
Yes.
that many years the
Yes.
startup will
Yes.
not remain
Yes.
startup?
Yes. So Srishti, this is not your task, because if your client is verifying itself as a startup, that certify a valid certificate will be provided to you. That is a task for the company incorporation person, not for you. For example, let's say you are a let's say a company secretary, then you can do that. Generally, there are two, three criteria for a company to be classified as a startup or a small enterprise. One is the age, around 5 years or 10 years. I don't remember actually. Second is the revenue thing. There has to be a minimum and a maximum revenue cap that is of a company in order to classify as a startup or a small enterprise. So if your client is providing you a valid certificate, then that particular valid certificate will classify the company as a startup or a small enterprise. Okay.
Okay, sir. And startups can be only companies or partnership firms as well.
So anything
Startups
can
are only companies.
so generally startups are companies who are private limited or LLP can be startup. But if a partnership firm is also doing, let's say, a technological business, and if they are growing, it is ideal that their partnership firm should be changed to a body incorporate, either a private limited or an LLP company. So there is no restriction as such for a startup. You have to register yourself to the DPIIT or Indian government panel as for a startup, and if you are verified and if you get a certificate, you will be classified as a startup or a small enterprise.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now, subsection 4, details of applicant's agent, if any. Why it is written if any? Because nowadays proprietors or owner of the companies can themselves also file the trademark application, and in that case subsection 4 will be empty. It will be filled only in cases where a trademark agent or an advocate would be filing the trademark application for his or her client. So here, name and address of the agent would be written, mobile number, email address. Here comes also the important part, nature of the agent. So your agent, you as an agent can be one of three. Either you can be an agent, so it means you are not an advocate, but you have passed the trademark agent exam, or you are a CS, then you would be a trademark agent. If you are a practiced advocate, you are enrolled in a bar, you would be generally be considered as an advocate. Constitute attorney doesn't people generally don't use constitute attorney. If they are advocate, they would use advocate. If they are not advocate, they would use trademark agent. Constitute attorney is a person who has a power of attorney. Even then people generally write advocate in the trademark application form. So for you people, because most of you are lawyers, have done law, and you may or in future will be enrolled in some bar, you will always write advocate. If you are a CS and not a lawyer, you should write registered trademark agent in this category, and your registration number would be written here. So a trademark registration number would be provided to you once you share your details with the trademark registry. We will cover how it is done in a separate class. A TMG form is required. We will cover that also. But for the time being, these application details would be submitted while filing the TMA form. Okay, fine. Now comes the details of the trademark. Now comes the details of the trademark. I will cover till subsection 5 today, and I will, after 5 minutes, will show you a live trademark filled TMA form so that you can have a feel and look that how a filled TMA form looks like. Now trademark. Trademark, you have to mention whatever the trademark you need to, you are trying to register, write the trademark. If it is a logo, include the logo here. If it is just a word, write the word here. Category of mark. There are 5 categories that you need to select from. One is a word mark. It is nothing but a simple combination of letter, numeral, words. So, for example, Tata, IPR Learning Institute. If I am writing the word itself, then it will be a word mark. If I am trying to register a logo or a monogram or a label or a figure, then it would be a device mark. Any label, sticker, monogram, logo, geometrical figure would be a device mark. Color, if I am specifically trying to trademark or register a combination of color or a single color, for example, in the yesterday class, we saw the orange color, where the distinctiveness is claimed in the combination of color. then you would write here color trademark. You would write here color. Yesterday we talked about the shape of the Coca-Cola bottle, and somebody talked about that it can be a design, it can be an industrial design. So here it can be a trademark as well as a three-dimensional trademark. It includes the shape or packaging of goods. Okay, a shape of a good. So that was a shape of a bottle. So it can be considered as a three-dimensional trademark. And in perfume industry, especially fragrance industry, the unique shapes of the fragrance and the perfume bottle are very famous for getting trademark, because companies invest a lot in coming up with unique shape bottles. Sound mark. Sound is something that is being covered in India. So if you want, okay, so sound is something that we will discuss in the next class tomorrow. I will dedicate 15 minutes specifically to the sound mark, because sound marks are generally very rare in India. I will talk about history, that first trademark sound mark was filed by Yahoo in India. First Indian company was ICICI to file a sound mark. We will discuss that in the separate class tomorrow. Now, I want to show you this. So please see this. Can you see this? The filled TMA form, everyone? Can you see this? The fee 4500 application number? Please confirm, anyone quickly.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes,
Okay,
sir.
great. Fine. So if you see here, this is a filled TMA form. This is a trademark, standard trademark application filed as a small enterprise. And because it is filed as a small enterprise, the fee is 4500 for one class. Okay. The name of the applicant is this. Vishy, what is the name of the applicant? Can you please read this complete?
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a Deepak Seeds Corporation,
And
HUF,
HUF. HUF is Hindu Undivided Family.
Undivided Family.
It means the applicant here is Hindu Undivided Family. The address and everything we have written here, it doesn't matter. Important thing is the nature of the applicant is Hindu Undivided Family, and the legal status of the company is HUF. Now, I told you initially, if this client comes to you and he says, I am an HUF, obviously you will not trust him. You have to ask for documents showing that this company actually is HUF. And for that, you will include this. So Srishti, this answers your query. This is a Udyam registration certificate that they have included. It clearly, whenever you have an Udyam certificate, it means you are a small enterprise. You are a small enterprise. So by showing this, by including this, we are proving that yes, we are a small enterprise. And for HUF, everyone, please see this. What this advocate did, he included a GST form registration certificate where it clearly says HUF with the trade name Deepak Seeds Corporation. So that's how I am proving that my applicant is Hindu Undivided Family Business with the trade name Deepak Seeds Corporation. And using the Udyam certificate, I am proving that my client is a small enterprise MSME. Is this clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
I have a
Okay.
query. Like,
Yes.
one individual comes to us, मेरे पास उद्यम सर्टिफिकेट नहीं है जब हम उससे मांगते हैं, एंड he asks us कि आप ही फाइल कर दो उद्यम सर्टिफिकेट के
हाँ, तो
लिए.
आप कर सकते हो. तो that
Then
is,
what is the procedure and the fees, and
I'll tell you.
after
I'll tell you.
after registration?
Vishy, I'll tell you. Generally, जितनी भी कंपनी इनकॉर्पोरेशन सर्टिफिकेट कंपनीज है ना, सीए की कंपनी है, सीए की कंपनी है, सीएस की कंपनी है, आजकल आप देखोगे जितनी भी सीए हैं, सीएस हैं, उनमें एक ट्रेडमार्क अटर्नी होता है उन सारी कंपनीज में। उसका लॉजिक ये होता है, सीए सीएस का जो मेन काम होता है आजकल, वो होता है कंपनीज इनकॉर्पोरेट कराना। ठीक है, जैसे कंपनी इनकॉर्पोरेट कराते हैं, चाहे वो एमएसएमई है, चाहे वो एलएलपी है, चाहे वो पार्टनरशिप फर्म है, चाहे वो कोई भी फर्म है, वो हमेशा अपने क्लाइंट को ये पिच करते हैं कि आपने अपना कंपनी नेम बना लिया, आप इसको ना ट्रेडमार्क करा दीजिए। तो जो ट्रेडमार्क कराने का काम होता है, वो आपका ट्रेडमार्क एजेंट का काम होता है। ठीक है, कंपनी इनकॉर्पोरेशन का काम ट्रेडमार्क एजेंट का काम नहीं है, वो आप सीख सकते हो। ठीक है, कंपनी इनकॉर्पोरेट करना। पर कंपनी इनकॉर्पोरेट आरओसी का काम, कंप्लाइंसेस का काम, वो सारा का सारा काम आपका किसका होता है? सीए का, सीएस का, या कंपनी इनकॉर्पोरेट का, जिसकी प्राइमरी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी होती है। ठीक है। सो अगर आपको कंपनी इनकॉर्पोरेट करनी है या एमएसएमई में रजिस्ट्रेशन कराना है, दैट इज अ डिफरेंट थिंग अदर देन ट्रेडमार्क, जो आप, जिसकी नॉलेज आप ले सकते हो, बट दैट इज नॉट कवर्ड अंडर द स्कोप ऑफ दिस ट्रेडमार्क ट्रेनिंग। ऑब्वियसली उसका एक सिंपल सा प्रोसेस होता है, एक एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म भरना होता है, दैट कैन बी डन, बट दैट इज नॉट कवर्ड अंडर दिस ट्रेनिंग। ओके,
ओके।
फाइन।
Sir, for startup also, Udyam certificate is issued.
देखो, स्मॉल एंटरप्राइज के लिए उद्यम होता है, स्टार्टअप के लिए स्टार्टअप सर्टिफिकेट होता है। डीपीआईआईटी करके या डीपीआईटी करके एक पैनल होता है, जहाँ पे आप अपनी कंपनी को एज अ स्टार्टअप रजिस्टर करते हैं, और फिर आपको एक डीपीआईटी का सर्टिफिकेट मिल जाता है।
तो उस सर्टिफिकेट का कोई और नाम होता है, राइट?
हाँ, वो एमएसएमई फॉर्म नहीं होता। देखिए, 50 तरीके की कंपनियां आजकल बनती हैं, 10 तरीके की इसमें लिखी है। इसके अलावा स्टार्टअप में भी बहुत सारे टाइप के, अगर आपने ई कॉमर्स बनाया है तो आप स्टार्टअप में जा सकते हैं, अगर आपने कोई मैन्युफैक्चरिंग सेटअप किया है तो आप एमएसएमई में जा सकते हैं। ठीक है, बेस्ड ऑन द टाइप ऑफ योर बिजनेस, आप स्मॉल एंटरप्राइज में जाइए, स्टार्टअप में जाइए, अकॉर्डिंगली आपको वो सर्टिफिकेट मिल जाएगा, और वो सर्टिफिकेट आपको अटैच करना पड़ेगा इसमें। अगर आपको फी की रिबेट लेनी है तो आपको 4500 रुपए की रिबेट मिल रही है ना, नहीं तो 9000 रुपए फी है अभी, ऐसे में 4500 है। इफ यू वांट टू हैव दैट रिबेट, यू हैव टू इंक्लूड दैट सर्टिफिकेट along with the TMA form as I have shown here of the Udyam certificate. Is this clear everyone now?
एंड सर, आपने अभी बताया कि वो इनकॉर्पोरेशन वाला प्रोसीजर सीए सीएस करते हैं, तो ये मतलब एडवोकेट भी कर सकते
कर
हैं क्या,
कर तो
मतलब?
कोई भी सकता है, कर तो कोई इंजीनियर बन,
नहीं,
जो
मतलब
कंपनी,
एडवोकेट का भी
हाँ हाँ
डिपार्टमेंट होता है क्या
हाँ
ये?
हाँ, देखो, एडवोकेट आजकल क्या हो गया है, फॉर एग्जांपल मैं बताता हूँ, हमारा लास्ट बैच में लॉ स्टूडेंट था जो पास आउट हुआ था, वो एक जगह पे प्लेसमेंट हुई थी उसकी एडमिन लॉ फर्म में। तो वो ट्रेडमार्क के साथ साथ कंपनी इनकॉर्पोरेशन, डिन बनाना डायरेक्टर्स का, गवर्नमेंट ऑफिसेज में जाके इनकॉर्पोरेशन के सर्टिफिकेट्स लेना, वो सारे काम करता था। तो आप खाली ट्रेडमार्क नहीं करेंगे, आप कंपनी इनकॉर्पोरेशन ऑटोमेटिकली सीख जाएंगे जब आप काम करना शुरू करेंगे तो। बिकॉज ऑब्वियसली आपके पास कोई कंपनी बनाने को आई, तो आपको वहां पे सीखना पड़ेगा कि हाँ, कंपनी बनाते कैसे हैं। दैट ईदर योर सीए और योर सीनियर विल टेल यू, बट जनरली ट्रेडमार्क में कंपनी बनाना सीए या सीएस का काम होता है, बट इफ रिक्वायर्ड यू कैन ऑल्सो डू, देर इज नो हार्ड रिस्ट्रिक्शन फॉर दैट।
ओके।
ओके, आई हैव वन मोर क्वेरी। आपने मेंशन किया एड्रेस ऑफ द इनकॉर्पोरेशन, राइट?
हम्म
Applicant, address of the applicant, and
हम्म
then address for service is the same, right?
हम्म।
And after that, address of the agent is also the same. So ऐसा पॉसिबल है कि हम
कैन यू प्लीज,
जैसे
ओके, ओके,
जनरली।
विशी विशी
हेलो।
विशी, गिव मी अ सेकंड, गिव मी अ सेकंड। Can you see this? The address here is of Ganesh Nagar, Murlipura, Jaipur, Rajasthan. Okay.
एप्लीकेंट, राइट?
Okay. Address for service
एंड
is this, which is
एड्रेस ऑफ सर्विस एंड एड्रेस ऑफ द एजेंट
are same.
आर सेम, सो
Yes.
इट हैज टू बी सेम और इट कैन बी
No, no.
चेंज,
It
मतलब
can be.
एड्रेस
It
फॉर
can. No,
सर्विस
no,
कैन बी।
no, no. It does not necessarily have to be changed. मतलब सेम भी नहीं होना चाहिए, अलग भी नहीं होना चाहिए, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। It can be same. It can be different. Okay.
तो अगर आपका क्लाइंट कहता है कि आप एड्रेस फॉर सर्विस में आप अपना डाल दो, तो हम अपना डाल देंगे।
हाँ,
और
उस
अगर
वो
वो कहता है कि वो क्लाइंट का ही एड्रेस चाहिए उस एड्रेस में, तो हम उसका डाल सकते हैं, ऐसा
हाँ
कुछ
हाँ
नहीं है
हाँ
कि
हाँ,
हम
उसका
अपनी
डाल,
मर्जी से डाल सकते
हाँ हाँ वो डाल सकते हैं, राइट, वो डाल सकते हैं। मैं आपको बता देता हूँ इसने ऐसा क्यों किया है, दैट वी विल डिस्कस टुमारो। यहाँ पे प्रपोज टू बी यूज लिखा है, तो इसने अभी अपनी सर्विस शुरू नहीं की, बिजनेस शुरू नहीं किया, तो उसके पास कोई सर्विस का एरिया नहीं है या सर्विस का एड्रेस नहीं है, इसीलिए
हैं। ओके,
उसने एप्लीकेंट का एजेंट का ही अपना एड्रेस में डाल दिया। ओके,
ऑलराइट। और अगर वो ऑलरेडी यूसेज में है,
तो
देन
वो
हम
अपना,
एज अ सपोर्टिव
हाँ तो
सर्विस
वो अपना
कोई भी
सर्विस,
डाल सकते हैं।
हाँ हाँ, यस, ये तो देखिए शिवी, विशी सॉरी, जब आप, when we work, right, we would come up with 1,000 different cases, in each and every case would be different, right? तो हमें उस टाइम पे कॉल लेना पड़ता है। फॉर एग्जांपल यहाँ पे सेम है, अगर उसका सर्विस एड्रेस होता तो यहाँ पे वो डिफरेंट भी डाल सकता था। कुछ क्लाइंट होते हैं नहीं मेरे ही एड्रेस डालो, अपना नहीं डालो। कुछ होते हैं यार तुम्हारे पास सारा कॉरेस्पॉन्डेंस आना चाहिए, तुम अपना ही एड्रेस डाल दो। इट डिपेंड्स ऑन द क्लाइंट एज वेल एज द एडवोकेट। ओके, देयर इज नो हार्ड एंड फास्ट रूल
ओके,
अबाउट।
ओके, थैंक यू।
श्योर, फाइन। So, tomorrow we will talk about the sound and the remaining parts of this particular TMA form. And after tomorrow's class, you will have an assignment where you will be filing a TMA form for a particular trademark, and then we will review and we will discuss your TMA form. Is this clear, everyone?
Sir, I have one more query about the series mark. We can also trademark a brand name, right? Like
Yes.
Samsung हो गया, तो Samsung can be registered in series mark,
अगर
because
सैम
like Samsung phone, Samsung mobile, Samsung
नो नो नो
fridge,
नो,
Samsung.
सैमसंग मोबाइल और ये सब वो नहीं हुआ ना, एक या तो उनका ब्रांड नेम है तो वो कर सकते हैं। अगर ब्रांड नेम नहीं है, सैमसंग फोन नहीं है ना उनका, उनका जो है वो है एस गैलेक्सी या Note 1, Note 2, Note 3, तो वो होगा आपका सीरीज मार्क। सैमसंग के साथ जुड़ के नहीं हो जाएगा, क्योंकि सैमसंग को तो उन्हें अपनी अलग आइडेंटिटी बनाना है ना, वो उसको सीरीज मार्क में नहीं डालेंगे, वो उसको हमेशा स्टैंड अलोन ट्रेडमार्क की तरह यूज करेंगे। ओके, वो बिजनेस स्ट्रैटेजी है, वो उनकी ब्रांडिंग स्ट्रैटेजी।
So brand name can be trademark, but it will come under standard trademark only.
यस यस।
So how will it be distinguished कि मतलब वो सीरीज में नहीं आ सकता, क्योंकि सैमसंग मोबाइल का नाम नहीं होता, बट टेलीविजन या रेफ्रिजरेटर ऐसे तो होता है।
तो सैमसंग जब ऑटोमेटिकली अपने आप में ट्रेडमार्क है, तो सैमसंग टेलीविजन हो या सैमसंग रेफ्रिजरेटर हो, वो कभी भी कोई बना ही नहीं पाएगा ना, वो पहले ही ऑब्जेक्ट हो जाएगा या पहले ही वो सी हो जाएगा, राइट?
नहीं, आई एम आस्किंग कि वो सीरीज मार्क में नहीं आएगा, इसके लिए क्या क्राइटेरिया है कि वो स्टैंडर्ड में ही आएगा?
उसके लिए ब्रांड, Srishti, there should not be any space between two brand names if we are trying to file it as a series mark, first of all. Srishti, you can give me a call after this session because we have less than 1 minute left. Like yesterday,
ओके,
you can give me a call
श्योर।
and I will discuss with you, okay?
ओके, श्योर श्योर।
Fine. And we will have a class tomorrow. You will get the timings by end of day today. And in that class, we will cover the remaining portion of the TMA form and then you will have the assignment. Okay?